사장님, 보셨습니까? T사에서 온 의뢰.
이야, 이거 참 곤란하게 되었습니다.
우리 꼬리 잡힌 거야?
Been found out? Something tells me there's something a little suspicious going on, though, in the background.
W사도 참 이렇게 쉽게 특이점을 유출하다니 곤란해요. 곤란합니다.
그래도 결국 푸른 잔영 말대로 되었군요.
네, 그렇습니다. 이 기회에 W사 특이점을 확실히 알 수 있겠어요.
So it was! They are associated with the blue reverberation, who was associated with Pluto? Yeah, Pluto, because Pluto was also tied in with the puppeteer, or the puppet master, or whatever their name was, which I think was a big conspiracy to try to figure out what the singularity of W Corp is. Just to kind of throw, I'm assuming, just to kind of throw a wrench into, just to kind of throw everything into disarray. I'm assuming, because it really feels like Blue's whole purpose is just to make things kind of difficult and shake things up all the time. That's what it feels like. He's only there for the fun of it, and he's only having fun when other people are having a bad time.
이 초대장대로 저희가 도서관에서 W사 정리 요원들의 책을 얻어오면 되는 거군요.
Oh, so that's exactly what I said that they would do. That's 100% what I called this. So that's what I would have done. You would send people to the library whose information you want to gather because they know it. And if you turn them into a book by making the library do it, then you just read it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to torture them. You don't have to go through the process of trying to figure out what they do or don't know. You don't have to worry about what they remember and don't remember, because obviously under duress or under like very specific circumstances where you're being tortured, you wouldn't remember things. Stress is like pumping. Your cortisol is going all over the place. Your brain goes blank at the worst times. In this situation, I would say it's a lot less dangerous, but it's probably more dangerous because they've waited so long. Now we're very dangerous. But in normal situations, that would have been way less dangerous. They could just go to the library, grab the book off the shelf, walk out, because there was nothing we could have done about it. But they've waited, probably purposefully. The library is doing this on purpose, obviously. I do have to remember that the library is alive. But this is so well thought out. This is such a good plan. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about what information that they are or aren't telling you, or if they lied to you, because all of it's right there.
사장, 도서관은 이제 도시의 별이야.
Yeah, Martina gets it. Listen to Marty, because if you guys show up, you're just going to get railroaded. I have just been plowing through everybody that we've come up against so far. Unless you are a particularly powerful named fixers, you're not going to stand a chance against us anymore. How strong are they?
우리가 지금까지 처리한 도시의 별 관련 의뢰만 11건입니다. 그렇기에 T사에게 직속으로 후원받는 사무소인 거죠.
So it was T-Corp orchestrating this whole event. They're pulling the strings. I don't know why. I thought there was some sort of an agreement between W-Corp and T-Corp. And T-Corp, it seems like all of their equipment's used all over the place. Did the loss of L-Corp, did us removing ourselves from the energy situation really put all of these other corporations into a bind? Because if that's the case, that might be what's going on here. They're trying to eliminate competition for what other energy remains. I don't know. And then here's the other thing, right? I said I asked how strong are they? They handle Star of the City stuff. So they are strong enough to deal with us. They're a lot stronger than I gave them credit for. So I guess they're at least grade 2, probably grade 1 fixers. And grade 1s are sort of terrifying.
W사 특이점에 대해 알아낸다면 어떻게 하실 거죠? 순순히 W사에게 반납할 것 같지는 않고.
응당 이 기술을 필요로 하는 고객분들께 팔아야죠. 특허 전쟁이 곧 일어날 시기이기도 하고 말입니다.
On top of all the other wars? Because L Corp left, that opened up some space, so now there's real estate war going on. Obviously, now there's going to be a patent war going on if they get their hands on some patents that they shouldn't and they sell them off. So the whole city has just been thrown into a bunch of chaos, which is kind of awesome. It's shaking things up. I don't know how regular this happens or how much chaos normally ensues in the city, but I know that the city is not a great place to live on a normal day. I can only imagine how terrifying or how horrible it is for most citizens right now, because it feels like between distortions happening, patent wars, real estate wars, the only thing that is missing now is an energy crisis, which we know devastated the city in the past. Now that we're gone, it might just be right around the corner.
T사에 바로 넘기는 것이 아니었군요.
아군, 우리 사무소는 그냥 1만에서 2층까지 올라온 게 아니랍니다. 언제나 기회를 엿봐야죠.
Right, it's just shrewd business, that's all.
솔직히 시선 사무소 같은 찌끄레기에게 일을 맡기라고 했을 땐 저도 참 장난하나 싶었는데 이게 또 이렇게 결과가 돌아오네요. 그런데 말입니다.
그치 네모네모. 역시 내 말대로 됐지?
Everyone quiet, the boss just showed up.
두 번째로 뵙는군요. 지팡이 사무소의 네모님.
그런데 말입니다. 이 음습한 기생물에 비와 빌어먹을 해골 대가리 씨, 언제 우리가 직접 간다고 말이나 했나요?
On your own? I don't, good question. When did you agree to that? Also, how can you refuse? Is Nemo really that strong? I know Marlin is. He swam across the entire ocean to go find Nemo. But is Nemo that strong?
이따위로 엿을 먹이나요? 제발로 도서관에 들어가라고요. 게다가 저까지요.
Yeah, including you, a-hole. They were just gonna send everyone else in. No wonder he was so excited.
네모네모. 아까는 직접 도시의 별 의뢰를 11건이나 해치웠다고 자랑했잖아. 왜
How did you
그래?
hear that? How does he know? Are they listening in? They have ears everywhere. How do they know what's going on all the time?
혹시 후달리나?
어디서부터 들은 거지?
이건 문제가 될 수 있어.
Very problematic, Martina. Run! You're way better than everyone in this room. Just get out of there.
난 말은 새가 듣고 반말은 쥐가 듣는다더니 우리 말은 웬 해골 바가지가 였겠네요.
I am actually shocked that Nemo hasn't already been decapitated. Blue decapitates his friends all the time, so someone who's calling him out like this, how are they still standing?
후달리냐고요? 네! 개 쫄리는데요?
사장이 흥분했어.
한동안 머리 식히느라 골치 아프겠군요. 유명하고 권위 있는 지팡이 사무소가 이렇게 말을 바꾸실 줄은 몰랐습니다.
해골 대가리 씨, 제가 고철덩어리로 보이나요? 니네가 하는 짓이 대놓고 개판이라 안 쫄릴 수가 없네요. 제가 도서관으로 들어간다. 그리고 만약 그곳에서 책이 된다. 그러면 W사와 T사 특이점에 대한 책이 생긴다. L사의 책이 있는 그 도서관에.
Oh, he knows the information for T-Corp! Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea! Obviously, Blue could walk in and just take whatever he wanted anyway. That's so smart.
한순간에 나에게 세계의 특이점을 얻게 되는 것은 누구일까요?
I don't know. Who? Who would? What do you mean 3 singularities? You're gonna try to go and get L Corp's book too? All that's gonna happen is I'm gonna have 3 singularities. Maybe that's what he's gonna say.
곧 특허 전쟁이 벌어질지도 모르는 이 시기에 너무나도 노골적이라서 두 번 말할 가치도 없네요. 말해봐. 누가 시킨 거야? 누가 왜 불리하고 이딴 수작 부리는 거냐고.
That's a good question. That's something I want to know too. That's so important to know. Who is actually pulling the strings? Who is sitting in the background just waiting, collecting information? Hold on. Okay, that's probably not right. My brain thought of something, but that's just word association, so I'm just leaving it alone. But who could be responsible for this? Really, who could be responsible for everything?
이런.
무슨 말을 그렇게 흥분하면서 하나 했는데 그 반듯한 네모 머리로 굴린 게 고작 그 특이점? 특허 전쟁?
Yeah, there's another thing. Does he actually care? Now, Blue is like a cool dude. And I'm not saying that he's like cool in the sense of I want to be him. I'm envious of him. No, he's chill. He is methodical. He is cold. So, even if someone guesses at what his plan is, he's going to play it off. No one's going to actually know. So he's going to act cool about it. And he's going to say, yeah, I don't want anything to do with any of that stuff. Even if he does. Or even if that's like the icing on the cake for him. There's gotta either be something else that he wants. Because he doesn't do things unless he wants to. Or he's going to play this off like it has nothing to do with his plan, even if it does. And I can already feel it. I don't know which way this is going to go, but he's going to make some sort of a speech to try to throw everyone off of his trail.
웃음도 안 나와. 재미조차 없어. 정말 시시한 거에 목숨 걸고 언성 높이는구나. 너무 하찮아서 어이가 없어. 네모네모는 우리가 고작 돈 따위나 벌자고 이러는 줄 아는구나.
He also has some of the most creative names I've ever seen. I just keep waiting for him to run out.
멍청해라.
Chill, bro.
네모네모, 난 네가 어떻게 생각하든 상관 안 해. 특허 전쟁? 배우? 돈? 편하게 생각해. 하지만 서로 약속은 지키자고. 플루토?
네. 자, 다시 한번 계약서를 보시지요. 요점만 말하면 우리는 지팡이 사무소에게 W사 특이점에 대한 정보를, 지팡이 사무소는 그 대가로 우리가 원할 때 도서관에서 책을 찾아온다는 거죠. 분명히 여기 네모 씨, 마르티나 씨, 바다 씨의 서명과 저희 아르갈리아 단장님의 서명이 적혀 있습니다.
Yes, that's true. And we know what happens to people who break promises to Blue. So, I mean, obviously they're a little worried. I would be too. I wouldn't have signed anything. And that's definitely making the deal with the devil. Don't make deals with the devil. That's just, it's bad practice. Only bad things happen.
W사 특이점에 대한 정보를 도서관의 책으로 받는다는 소리는 못 들었습니다. 게다가 직접 가져오라뇨. 모호하게 쓰여져 있긴 하죠. 그렇다고 이 계약서의 내용이 지금 상황에 맞지 않는 건 아닙니다.
I guess it's true. They needed lawyers. They needed to lawyer up and really get someone that knew. Okay, if this is what you're after, you specifically have to say this, otherwise it can be very ambiguous and they can use it against you. This is like when you're trying to do the 3 wishes with a genie or use a wish from like a monkey's paw or something. If you're not incredibly specific, they're gonna twist it somehow.
누구 마음대로.
네모네모가 곧 특허 전쟁이니 뭐니 호들갑을 떨며 후다닥 서명했잖아. 특이점에 대한 정보가 급하다며.
우리가 직접 도서관에 간다는 말도 없었죠. 지팡이 사무소만 갈 뿐. 약관을 잘 확인해 보셨어야죠. 여기 보세요.
뭐가 있다는 거야?
Is it ultra fine print?
제 안경을 빌려드리죠.
Oh my god!
자, 크게 보세요.
If it's so fine print that you can't read it, that's cheating. They could make it microscopic. You need a microscope to see all of the terms and conditions. Oh my god.
이 계약서에 서명한 자는 반드시 도서관에서 책을 찾아와야 한다.
가짜는 짓. 이렇게까지 우리를 건드려 놓고 좋은 꼴은 못 볼 텐데. 이제 와서 우리가 순순히 이런 거짓 계약을 따를 것 같나? 이런.
Because they're super strong. They can enforce it. If you don't go, you're just gonna die here. You get your choice. You can either go and try to survive facing us, or you can die in this office.
이게 말이지. 그냥 계약서가 아니거든. 뭐라 했더라? 플루토?
어제의 약속입니다.
Yesterday's. Oh my god. Is part of his distortion. So does it force people to do what the contract says? How? How does this work?
맞아. 어제의 약속. 이름은 별로지만. 어쨌든 이 계약서에 적힌 내용을 이행하지 않으면 서명한 사람에게서 아무거나 빼올 수 있다. 원하는 만큼 말이야.
헛소리!
플루토?
네. 자, 보시죠. 바다 씨의 심장입니다.
Holy crap! Really? Just like that? Can you put it back? Can you put it back? Is that all part of the promise too?
바다.
꽤나 돈 좀 들이셨군요. 이런 고급진 시술까지 받고. 자, 다시 돌려드렸습니다.
Oh my god, you can. You can just take it out and put it right back. That's also how he can teleport people to him. But Philip didn't sign anything, did he? Can he also agree to things verbally? So maybe Pluto can make contracts with people verbally too. Oh, that's such a crazy power. Because then he can teleport things. How did they teleport into here then? Because they definitely teleported in. They didn't walk through the front door. Can Pluto just teleport randomly to anyone that he has contracts with? So maybe he can teleport to them because he has contracts with them. And he can pull anyone that he has a contract with him. How does his powers work? This is crazy. I love him. I agree he's probably not nearly as strong as other people, but this is a really good power. And it kind of helps solve a lot of plot points. Like, how did he get to the 8 o'clock circus? Although if he doesn't have a contract with anyone there, he still wouldn't have been able to teleport there using his contract power. So maybe he just can teleport. Is that all part of his distortions? I don't know. This is a good question. There's a lot to this one. The warp train path, that storyline has given me so much information. All the other ones really give us some like world building, but the warp train one, I can see why people really like this path. It really reveals a lot about all the different characters.
봤지 네모네모? 난 네가 어떻게 생각하든 상관없는데 약속만 지켜주면 좋겠어. 그리고 T사가 직접 하다란 명령이니 가야 하잖아. 어차피 도서관에 가야 하는 건데 그렇게 열내지 말라고.
하나만 물어보지.
응?
넌 저런 악마 새끼와 뭘 하려고 이러는 거지?
세상과 인간의 아름다움을 연주할 거야.
I'll perform the beauty of humanity and this world? What does that mean? We know he's a little crazy. Just a little crazy. He wanted to be part of the performance that was the pianist, or help the performance that was the pianist, or whatever. He wanted something to do with the pianist. I also maybe think that he respects the library a little bit because it illuminated the world. He obviously loves things on grand scale, and we did that. I'm not sure if he knows the specifics, but I'm almost positive most people in the upper echelon have a good idea that the library exists, and the library was at the center of the nights and days. So obviously he's sort of piecing that all together. He's no dummy. I think he can sort of piece together that the library caused that. And if it's something on that grand of a scale, and he loves grand scale things, maybe he is helping us. If for no other reason, then maybe he wants us to collect more light so we can re-release it and he can see it all again because he's just that crazy. I don't know. I still also have the theory that him and Roland are working together because Roland's wife was his sister. So there's that theory too. So maybe Roland is somehow passing information in and out of the library. But if that's the case, why wouldn't Roland just grab books and send them? But that would mean then that the blue reverberation isn't looking for books. I'm almost positive that he's not looking for books. You know, besides the obvious fact that if books start coming up missing, Roland is going to be the first one people are going to blame. Everyone else was from Lobotomy Corp. Roland is the one outsider. He's the first person that you have to blame. So maybe he's waiting and biding his time. But I don't know. I don't know just yet. There's a lot of pieces that are still missing from my puzzle.
우리가 지닌 외로움의 경계를 무너뜨려줄.
오늘 안에 처리해 주시길.
아름다움, 외로움.
Yeah, those are very specific terms. I like that he uses them because that romanticization, that fantasization, that he's fantasizing about a better world, and that's something the library stands for. That sort of, kind of makes me think that he knows a lot more than what he's leading on.
또라이 새끼.
바다, 심장 괜찮아? 병...
돌아갔군요.
사장, 어쩔 거야?
이거 아주 된통당했습니다.
정말 괜찮겠습니까? 아무런 준비 없이 저희가 가도.
여러분 단순하게 생각하자고요. 심각해지지 맙시다.
This is coming from a person that was just furious a few seconds ago.
도서관에 들어가서 책을 챙기고 돌아오면 끝. 이겁니다.
If you're gonna do that, you should just do that. Don't fight. I am waiting for someone who's gonna just rely on sheer speed, who can just get in, grab some books off of the shelves that are just everywhere, and then just book it out of there. Who cares what kind of book? If it can give you at least a little bit of strength, it would be worth it. And then once you sort of, well, I mean, that would only work so many times. Then we'd come up with some defenses for it. But then again, maybe the library doesn't let people out like that. Maybe you have to go through a fight, or at least start a fight. But we've seen people run away. We've seen people escape, so it's possible. I think if people strategize the right way, they could grab some books. Now, it wouldn't be so easy to grab specific books, but you don't need specifics. You just keep grabbing until you find the right one eventually.
준비를 하자고요.
분명 저 해골은 전에도 푸른 잔향과 함께 있던 놈이야.
그래, 어제 약속이라고 했지.
Yeah, that's his name. Pluto. Yesterday's promise.
손님의 책에서 읽은 적 있어. 일반적인 계약서처럼 보이지만 불리한 조건 같은 건 작게 적어둔다고. 확실한 건지는 모르겠지만 그로 인해 사건이 일어났다는 추측이 있기도 했고.
What incident? Oh, is that in the credenza? Maybe I need to do another project lore build. Read up on some of the credenzas. Because maybe this is there, that specific incident.
실제로 보니 더 악질이네. 저렇게 사람을 이용하다니.
뭐 그렇지. 도시에 저런 식으로 이용하는 놈이 한둘은 아니겠지만.
Yeah, I guess. That's true. But it is a little unfair. If you can't even see it, unless you have a microscope, something's up.
그래. 서로 이용하는 곳이니까.
당연하다고 생각해?
더 깊게 생각하기를 포기했을 뿐이야. 그게 정당하다고 생각하지는 않아. 네가 나를 이용하는 것과 내가 너를 이용하는 것도 같겠지.
It's true, I
네가
guess.
그렇다면 그런 거겠지.
걱정하지 마. 너를 믿지 못하겠다는 건 아니니까. 그저 그래. 그냥 경우의 수를 늘려둘 뿐이야. 조심.
그래도 엔젤라 너에게 거짓을 말한 적은 없다고?
Maybe he's just kept everything super vague. But maybe he's right. Maybe he hasn't ever said a lie. It just might not be a whole truth.
말하지 않은 게 있을 뿐이지.
네 말이 맞아.
됐어. 책이나 정리하도록 해.
Aw. Angela's not even mad. And she's being so soft. She's so gentle now with poor Roland, especially after knowing so much about him. That's so human. That feels so good. God, if he stomps on her emotions, I will rip his heart out. Do not backstab my poor Angela. She's just getting over all the heartbreak she's experienced for thousands of years.
굳이 캐묻지 않겠다는 건가? 이유라도 있어?
별로. 지금 캐묻는다고 해도 네 모든 걸 알게 되면 재미없어질 것 같아서.
That's called a relationship. She's working toward a relationship, at least some sort of friendship. That's just how it's gotta be. Sometimes friends aren't comfortable sharing everything yet. They'll get there, but you just gotta give them time. That's awesome. Again, my big stupid idiot. If you stab her in the back, I will stab you everywhere else. I promise you, you will rue the day. Don't do it. I don't think Angela would even care if you're here for specific reasons as long as you're honest with her. She just needs honesty. That's it.
호기심 있는 편이 사람 간의 관계를 더 이어갈 수 있다고 생각했을 뿐이야. 어쩌면 너를 믿는 걸 수도 있고.
Oh God, I see the writing on the wall. There's so many story red flags just waving in my brain. This is gonna go bad. Even if Roland isn't like working behind the scenes and gonna backstab us, something is then might happen to Roland and Roland will die and then Angela will be sad. Don't let poor Angela have to go through more bull crap, please.
괴물 새끼들로 인해서 괴물 새끼가 있는 도서관으로 와버렸군요. 농담도 이런 농담이 없을 겁니다.
그래도 도서관은 점잖은 편이라 들었습니다.
Gentle? Where'd you hear that? Apparently we're not being harsh enough.
잠시만요.
왜 그러시죠?
마티나,
네,
이곳을 어떻게 생각하시나요?
희미하지만 뭔가 냄새가
Is it good? Is it bad? Is it tea? Do you smell tea? If you smell tea, run. I promise you don't want to deal with it.
그렇죠. 돈 냄새가 나는 곳입니다.
Oh, money. Really? We don't use money here. There is no currency. Be gone, fool.
냄새 맡지도 못하시잖아요.
하늘이 무너져도 구멍이 있는 법이네요.
책 장사라도 하시게요.
맞습니다. 계약 사무소라도 평판을 조져도 이곳에서 책을 구해다 팔면 굶어 돼지진 않겠죠.
That's true. Just look at the last person that started selling books out of their garage. They ended up making $1 billion company or something like that. At least a couple million. It's a massive company that sells everything from A to Z now.
사장은 돈이 썩어 넘치지 않아요?
Is he? I don't know. Good question, Martina. Are you swimming in cash?
마르티나, 우리 사장님은 뒷골목 사람들 1년치 밥값을 하루마다 쓰고 있는데 돈이 충분하겠어요?
Holy crap. That's probably a lot of money. I don't know. But still, that's really good for you, buddy. I guess.
그래도 상수 직원들이 돈 떼먹은 적은 없습니다.
환영합니다, 손님.
당신이 이곳의 관장이자 창백한 사서인 엔젤라겠군요.
Pale librarian? I mean, she hasn't seen outside, so obviously she is pretty pale. But you couldn't have given her, like, the blue-haired librarian, the gentle librarian. This is like that thing from One Punch Man. His name became the Caped Baldy because it just describes him. Give her a cool nickname.
전혀 창백해 보이지 않지만요.
알아? 말 조심하세요. 엔젤라님은 어쩌면 앞으로 저희가 신세를 지게 될지도 모릅니다.
사장, 태세 전환이 빨라.
전 이제 익숙합니다.
부디 당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
Yes, she said the thing. Let's go kick some scrap metal. Ooh. Oh no, so strong. I get 1 floor at this. Oh, that's a 4 cost. It's range 2. Ugh. On Clash Win, spend 2 charge to destroy opponent's next offensive die. Dice abilities on this page only activate if the opponent has offensive dice. Okay, so I just don't use offensive dice. No, I can only use 3? What 3 do I want to use? I guess those 3. Yeah, my new ones. Whose is this? Rose. Who else would I possibly use? I kind of want to use Philip and not so much Rose, only because Philip is a brand new build for me. So let's use Philip. Other than that, what else can they do? On you spend 2 charge to give 1 protection to all allies this scene and next scene. God, that's good. That's totally my Ujot build right there. But then I have to charge. Ugh. I guess the nice thing is these are going to be really helpful for my Rose build. But gain 5 charge. On Clash Win, gain 2 charge. Dang, he's actually really strong. I wasn't sure at first, but he's very strong. What is that thing? Spend 4 charge to restore 3 lights. Draw 1 page. So he wants to use this 2 cost card to gain a bunch of charge. And then he uses that charge to 2 charge to give protection and 4 charge to restore lights. Honestly, really good because it also draws pages. You just have to charge first. So in the future, I'll use my cycle, which will actually give me charge and let me draw cards. And then I'll also draw cards. Dang, that's really cool. Add emotion level 2. Oh, crap. We're going to be doing a lot of emotion level stuff now. Everyone's going to be playing around with emotion levels. What does the first one say first? I'm jumping around all over the place. Let's start from top to bottom. Emergency Resuscitation Protocol. Upon taking what would be a lethal blow, nullify the damage and spend all charge to recover 5 HP per stack. That would actually be really good. Because if you have full charge, you could get 50 HP. Wow. Wait, does this just always happen? Oh, activates once per act. There we go. I got it now. Otherwise, that would be crazy. You could just always be charged and always be resuscitating yourself. And then Charged Shield, add emotion level 2 or above. If the character gained charge using combat pages in the previous scene, gain 1 endurance at the start of this scene. Energy Discharge, add emotion level 2 or above. If the character spent charge using combat pages in the previous scene, gain 1 strength. Wow, you combine this with my Rose card and they're just going to be charging and expending the charge and getting crazy stat boosts constantly. They also have they endure slash, both damage and stagger damage. This is gonna kind of suck a little bit. Unstable charge. At the end of the scene, gain 1 strength at a 50%. Oh, well, I've seen that one before. Singular Strike. When using a combat page with 1 non-counter die, the die gains +2 power, and it yields twice as many emotion points in a clash. Oh god, he's so strong. That's so strong. Martina. I hope she's really strong too. Like, not against me, but just in general. I like her a lot. Speed, and then Heavy-Hearted Forte. Deal 1 to 2 stagger damage to the opponent upon winning a clash. That's actually pretty good. Charge Shield we've seen before. Energy Discharge I think we've seen before. Lone Fixer. Strength if no other allies are present. Oh, she's another emotion-driven character. Pierce Master. That is really good, especially since I have a lot of new piercing dice that do burn. And then talent. Deal +1 stagger damage against enemies with slower speed. That's also helpful because I could stack that on my Alan. Oh, I want her page so bad. It's so many good passives. What is oh, Uncanny Strike. Spend 2 charge to deal 6 stagger damage. Up to 3 times? Ew, that's gross. Spend 4 charge to restore 3. Oh, that's the one we saw before. Energy Shield, gain 3 charge. And then on Clash Lose, gain 1 charge. And that's pretty low, so you probably will clash and lose there. Does he have pretty much the same thing? Pretty much. The only difference is he also has margin, which we know what that is because that was our Olga. Oh, but he does blunt damage. Ah, okay. Absorb impact, and then the rest is all of that. So he's the weaker of the 3. I need to really focus fire him. I'm going to use my Yujin, going to use my Donghuan, probably my unstable page of the Crying Child. I guess I can't think of any other pages that I would want. Maybe like a whole Ujat build using my Yasad. That would probably hold up better against this. But I really want to use my new pages. And if that doesn't work out, my new builds, then I'll swap it out and I'll go back to just doing an Ujat build against this group. But I think I can manage this. These 3 are going to be so tough. Please control your temper and look ahead calmly, says Bada. Nemo says, they don't appear to be easy prey, not at all. And Martina says, it's not too different from our usual job. Just don't panic. Okay, Martina. Let's see what we're up against. Obviously, they are pretty quick. In fact, I think that they can all roll faster than we can. But we do have a few decent cards that I can spell. Really? Really? Starting off like that? Oh, of course you have the golden opportunity. Do you also have exactly what you need to charge up? Yes, you do! Oh, and you? You're going faster with the one that needs charges. You do realize that, correct? You should have flipped these. That way you had charges to spend. Oh well, I'm not going to give them any more pointers than I already have. Let's do, I guess, sturdy defense. Yeah, because we could actually outroll that if we so chose. I also want to draw these cards if I can. Not only that, but we should win that clash. What kind of damage is this? It's just 5 to 8. I can eat 5 to 8. I definitely have to slow play this in the beginning. Not that I really have much choice. I don't have the lights to do anything, but I will be drawing a bunch of cards now, so that will help. There's some good, awesome damage, and I love that the Rose character has the Rose effect, even though those are all Yujin cards. Good defenses. That one wasn't great, but now we can start building. I'm gonna put ashes on my Yujin. They'll heal, which means that they'll take extra damage. And if they're taking extra damage, they're gonna be doing extra burn. We've already stacked 2 burn here, 2 bleed here, 4 burn there. That's what I want. I need to stack. This needs to be blunt damage, which is perfect. It is blunt damage. I want to use Inner Ardor. That way we can gain some emotion coins. This is going to give me 1 positive one. I could also use Emotional Turbulence, but we're not at emotion level 2 yet. So let's start building up emotion levels before we start doing anything else. Whoa. Huh. Well, good news, they don't have the charges for this. Bad news, we're gonna get hit by that. That's pretty nasty. Yeah, that's fine. I will take that clash there, actually. But we'll see, because they have way more HP than us, and they have way more damage than us. Ah, that hurt a little bit. We might get staggered if I'm not careful. Hang on to it. We're okay. Ooh. Ow. Holy crap, what a move. I want that move. That was just really cool looking. Oh, I want really cool looking moves. This is, I want the one, Clash 1. Clash, please. Yes, this is the one. I will give this back to my Eugen. Hopefully we've got some lights to play with, because we're going to need them. Yeah, we've got plenty. Boy, they even have some protect going on top of the endure and the... Ooh, nice. I think we beat all of those. Clash and win, please. The love of God, clash and win. Thank you. Nice. Oh, I was hoping the counter dice would actually take that. Oh, that was just misplayed by me. There, we staggered one of them. I guess it's about even. We're evenly matched, even though technically they have way more HP than us. But if I can stagger these other two, I can at least knock them out of this fight for now. I need to I can't speed them up. They're so fast. I need to go faster than them. If I had my stupid Philip, we would have been okay, but we don't. Come on. Come on. Hang in there. Power through it. Yeah, staggered. Keep hitting. Oh, that was what I was worried about. That's gonna suck. Well, there's a little bit of damage. Ow. Stay alive. Thank you. At least we're staggering one every time we need to. Now I need to do better. A lot better. Is she doing... Yeah, that uncanny strike is so good. Especially when she has charge to spend on it. Luckily, we do have some protect going on. The only really scary one is this uncanny strike. This uncanny strike could be doing a lot of damage if it rolls really high against an already staggered Eugen. Otherwise, I'm hoping that we survive. There's that one. She did get a little bit of burn there. Wow, why can't we roll better on that? I should have at least been able to hit him hard. But I think we lost all of those clashes. I need something good now. The enemy who dealt the most damage to the select librarian is marked. Other allies deal 2 to 4 more damage. That would actually be pretty good. When hit, inflict 1 to 3 burn and 1 to 3 bleed to the attacker next scene. For the rest of the act, inflict 6 bind to a random enemy at the start of the scene. Pierce dice gain plus 1 to 2 power when attacking that enemy. Yes. I think yes. Who do I want to have pierce dice? Probably my Philip? Or should I throw it on my Malkuth? My Malkuth, I think, because she does a lot of piercing. So, sure, why not? Oh, yes! This changes everything. That's all I was waiting for is this. We got it. Mass summation, that again, I can throw that on my Philip and we can burn them to death. I could also do mass individual and do green stem. It's all piercing. Pierce would be fine. I don't have my Oscar though. If I had my Oscar or my Alan, they both specialize in piercing. So I think I'm just going to go back to my burn. They can't outroll my burn. My burn is the best. Now that kind of sucks, but we can save it here. And we can, oh yes. Yes, she's gonna be so slow. So we should be able to just ignore her and clash all we want. There we go. Now, Philip, I've got a job for you. It involves a lot of fire. It's something that you really specialize in, something that I really want. Wow, we need to roll really well. Holy crap, he's using a lot of lights. Bada is so strong! I thought everyone else was strong. We can beat that. We can roll better than that. We can also outroll that too, I think. That's fine. Not even worried about it. Now, let's see. I can use a 1-cost card. Probably something with some defense would be great right now. Restore some lights. Against this? Probably. Yeah, let's clash against that. Wow. Wow. I mean, once I hit my mass attack, great, but my Philip might die right after that, because those are some pretty high damage coming our way. Oh, we got a plus to our slash too. Perfect timing. Let's grab this, I guess. Yeah, let's grab this. And then I also want to grab this. No, because that's already getting eaten. Maybe I just attack my... maybe I should just attack Bada. I'll just do a one-sided attack against Bada there. Hopefully my Malkuth doesn't die, but I already suspect that my Malkuth is going to die. So, there's nothing I can do about it. We just got to go. Roll high! 20 is not high! Well, we killed one of them. So there won't be a crap load of ones. Yeah, we're just straight up dead. That is so much damage. Ah! You needed to roll higher. He rolled into a 30. I know it's a summation, but that's so much. Ha! Flowing sword. Please, something weak. This, I can take that. And then class and respect. Something else. Yeah, there you go. Take that, you big dummy. Something else? Oh, no, of course not. Now we have a lot of light, so I should be able to do something here. Grab this. Definitely gonna get that. I also want to do probably sturdy defense against, I don't know, this one? Probably this one. Yeah, I like that, actually. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I can't actually grab that. Let me move this around a little bit, because I want to use sturdy defense against one of these. I should be able to clash and win here, and then the third one will go through. My emotional turbulence, I definitely want to use on this. Then I will have a counter dice, so I can afford to take something one-sided if I want, but I really don't want to take anything one-sided. So I'm probably going to grab this and try to beat this too, if I can. And then another frontal assault, I guess, against Bada. And then cross my fingers and hope for the best. We just have to roll better than these two. Because my Yujin will die if we roll like crap, unfortunately. Just roll better. Yes! Yes! Good! Solid! Ah! Finally! Bada's gone! Oh, I thought they were going to be the weakest of the three, but they're actually pretty strong. Ow. Nemo just died to the burn! Ha! Screw you, Nemo. Oh, let's see. Books. Martina, Bada, Nemo. Martina, Bada, Nemo. Perfect. That's all I need anyway. I got Hot-Blooded Brawler. Yay! My poor Emma died. I do
특허
feel bad.
전쟁이란 건 꽤 치열한가 보네.
Yeah, probably pretty fierce, I would assume.
그렇지. 이 도시에서 돈을 벌 수 있는 수단 중 제일 확실한 게 기술이니까.
Right, and money is the most important thing in the city.
그 기술을 위해 특허 전쟁을 벌인다지만 대개는 이기든 지든 간에 양측 다 좋지는 않아. 이겨도 손해인 거지.
Then why do they do it? Just to protect? Because you gotta show, you have to have a show of force no matter what.
잘 대처하지 않으면 모방하는 기술이 나와 권리를 잃거나 시간과 에너지를 많이 쏟아버리니까 결국 저런 녀석들만 돈을 버는 격이야.
Oh, that makes sense. It's the people who have the secret and can sell it to people. That's where the money is made. And everyone else is just protecting the money that they were making in the past.
뭐 그래도 보는 견해에서는 재미가 쏠쏠하긴 해. 흥미로운 이야기가 많은데 이야기 좀 해줄까?
Yeah, let's hear them.
그런 건 나중에.
No,
이야기가 길어질 것 같네.
no, I want to hear it.
알사도 특허 전쟁에 참여한 적이 있을까?
R Corp? Roland Corp? What's R? Oh, Rabbit. That's right. I remember now.
글쎄, 들어본 적은 없는 것 같네. 용병을 다루는 곳은 적지 않지만 알사는 중에서도 특출난 편이니까.
Yeah, I don't know how many people are going to screw with any corporation that is specifically designed for military.
그럼 알사가 다른 날개의 특이점을 노릴 경우는?
그건 모든 날개가 똑같이 생각하고 있겠지. 보통 자신의 특이점만 사용하는 날개는 드물어. 알사도 분명 다른 날개의 특이점을 함께 사용하고 있을 거라고. 사용할 때마다 드는 비용도 있고.
다른 날개의 특이점을 알아낸다면 그 비용을 절감할 수 있을 거란 거지?
맞아.
Ah, that makes sense. That's kind of cool. I wonder if they got their hands on L-Corp stuff at all. If they did, with all the ego and their military might, they could be so strong. Chessids has unlocked, so let's take a look. Will you enter the book of The Road Home and Scaredy Cat? That's not an abnormality I've heard of before. I guess we'll figure out what this one is in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching. Take care and goodbye!